It's Aunt Bee from Country Kitchen again, making fondant bud, rosebud. We're gonna get our stuff prepared. I'm gonna go ahead and texture this rosebud. Here's the fondant. This is gum paste and fondant mixed. I use both, half and half. Down here where y'all can see. If you will, when you use gum paste dries out quicker. So I like to manipulate my roses, and so I use half and half. I use half fondant and half gum paste. But I buy it ready-made. I've got the powder in both, and there's a recipe how to make your gum paste, but I go to Michael's and buy it. I just don't. When it's already made, I'd rather make it. If you were making a big cake, a lot of flowers for a large cake, I would say, build it. Mix it up, but I don't. And this is just a little thing that holds your powdered sugar. Okay. Okay, and this, I'm gonna get that over here away from that edge. Hope you can see it. I'm making these videos and half of them's cut off. I don't know how to, I guess, work the size. It's getting a little thin. I have a pasta machine that would thin it out, but if you don't use those little things that's on there, there's little rubber things on each end, it gets it pretty thin. And with a beginner, you need it a little thicker, and then once you get more confidence, you'll use the thin because, well, I never found that it was hard, but it is on some folks. See how thin that is? That's really thin. And you want your roses thin. And this is a rosebud, so it's not very many pieces to it. See? Okay, let's see what size we're going to use. That one's pretty good size, so we won't use that one. Well, I'd rather have too much fondant. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that one. This is how you'll measure. You want it about that way because you can push that down. Okay, we're going to do, to make a rosebud, we're going to use 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. May add a couple more. We'll see what we'll do with those. And like I said, this is just trash baggie, and I cut the edges around it and used it as one of those covers. You just want something to not dry out your fondant. And you can put a little piece of cloth right there flat with a little water in it, and it helps keep it moist. Okay. I'll make you a rosebud. And you can take this, I store it in one of these little containers. I just roll it up. That way it's kind of uniformed. Stick it in there, and it's airtight. Okay, we are gonna start our little rosebud. You wanna stay on and off the edge of the It's a little ruffled, but that's okay. This right here, we're gonna put it in this one. I really don't know what this was for. This may be in a hydrangea, I don't know. But it makes a great vein for all the flowers. I've used them on all the flowers because I love the texture of it, what it does. You want to put pretty good pressure. Okay, here we go. When you're making your flower, you want to wet one side. If you're left-handed, you know, I mean, you choose, honestly. It's better for you to choose what side. Okay, and we want to give it that little, this one's too big, I'll use the smaller one. Don't forget to put pressure. Let it dry there a minute. We're gonna do another one. I've really used this pad, but that wedding cake wound up being 9 foot tall. Oh, by the way, you can order the forms. It's just styrofoam, the base of it is. And then you will, you can get them online, just foam, cake foam. My daughter found them. But we wound up, I think, with like 2,500 in that at the most, in the fondant and the cake foam, and they were wanting 15,000 and up for those cakes. So I think we saved a lot of money, or Tam saved a lot of money, and we made memories. Oh, that's going to be a neat one. See how it peels off? That is too cool. I'm going to use the little spoon just to show you. Just let it sit in there a minute. And we've got one more to do because we're making the little rosebud. We are making a rosebud. This is to thin out your fondant, they say, and it does. It thins it out good, and it'll also ruffle your fondant. Well, sometimes my old arthritis fingers don't want to do it, but it does. It gets the job. Just don't ever give up on it. Practice, practice, and practice. See that? I love that. That little hole there, but you'll never see it because it's at the bottom, but still, that's pretty cool, that hole. Okay, we're gonna put our little dip in it. There you go. And I'm gonna put it over here for a minute. It's so soft because of the humidity. You shouldn't be really doing this in high humidity. But I don't do things normal anyway. I'm an odd duck. Let them sit there a minute. And we're gonna have you a rosebud. We'll set these to the side. These over here. Okay. You don't want to wet this thing it's slick. Actually, if I had a little sandpaper, I'd put some texture on it. It needs a little texture. A lot of people will put a little of the leaf. You know why I'm at it? Let me go ahead and stick this on it, the tape. I'm gonna go ahead and stick tape on this for your rosebud. That way, when we're ready to make your, you'll take just the tape, stretch it. We're gonna go, that way we've already got this on there. You wanna pull it. Okay. There, we've got our tape ready. Okay, this is the first one we got. We can do it with this one. We're gonna wet it. And we're gonna wet it from here to here. We're wetting it pretty good, because it's gonna adhere to one another. Okay, you wanna kinda turn it sideways. You wanna put this down enough where that flower, when it starts, we're gonna cover up that side and we're just gonna roll it. You see? You want it tall enough where they'll meet. See the point? And you'll come on over. Just work it with your hands. You see? I hope I'm demonstrating it okay. You see? And you'll take your water. You want to manipulate that where it'll come to a point. You want to keep this one kind of back. We've done got this one glued. You've got that one good and glued. And then you'll take the next one and you'll put the next one in. I'm gonna go ahead and tear this off with my fingernail. You don't want that extra in there. There you go. That way you can manipulate that. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with this leaf. It'll go into here. There. Then you can kind of manipulate them with your hand. Okay. Oh, that's the bigger one. Okay. And you can use this little tool to kind of make it come up because you want them to meet. You want those buds to meet one another. Like I said, you just it's kind of like a, okay, here's your rosebud. It's a pretty awesome rosebud. Okay, here's your rosebud. It's a pretty awesome rosebud.